Senator Ted Cruz's speech at the 2022 NRA convention in Houston in the aftermath of the Uvalde mass shooting was widely attacked by the left, but I think their anti-Ted Cruz bias has caused them to miss a lot of good points. Now, I'm no Ted Cruz fan, but I think he hit on some really good points in this speech about, some of the things that's contributing to the rise of mass shootings today, and how gun control laws will not eliminate the danger, but will leave the average citizen defenseless from violent criminals. Okay, let's get into some of the important points in Ted Cruz's speech here in my comments.
The elites who dominate our culture tell us that firearms lie at the root of the problem. By elites, I refer to some of the most powerful politicians and their allies in the media, the leaders of the largest corporations and many of the most famous celebrities, and those who echo and amplify them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Rich celebrities are the PR agents of this gun control campaign. They've been recruited by Democrats to operate almost like missionaries of a gun control religion.
Many of these same people make their accusations from behind great bulwarks of safety, from gated communities equipped with private security, or at the very least, from safe and expensive neighborhoods protected by high home prices and low crime rates. Such people can afford an indulgent ideology that ignores reality.
Another great point. It's the fabulous lives of the rich and freaking famous over here. It's very easy to push for the elimination of an essential self-defense tool when you're living in a damn castle.
As is so often the case, those furthest from the halls of power are the most dependent on the ability to defend themselves. For millions of Americans, the right to keep and bear arms is not theoretical, it's not abstract. For a single mom in a dangerous neighborhood, it is a matter of basic security. Taking guns away from these responsible Americans will not make them safer, nor will it make our nation more secure. In an age where elites embrace defunding the police, when homelessness runs rampant, when gangs dominate entire communities, and when radical district attorneys refuse to prosecute violent crime in cities across America, rarely has the Second Amendment been more necessary to secure the rights of our fellow citizens.
Great point, and very relevant to the city where I'm from, Oakland, California, which is in the midst of a violent crime wave. And at the very same time that there's a sharp increase in violent crime and criminals are becoming more brazen in broad daylight, they just do not care, left-wing politicians are saying that gun ownership makes us less safe. Ridiculous. Criminals are going to continue to be armed no matter what the laws are because they are in the business of forcibly taking someone's possessions.
But many would still tell us that the evil on display in Uvalde or in Buffalo derives from the presence of guns in the hands of ordinary American citizens. It's far easier to slander one's political adversaries and to demand that responsible citizens forfeit their constitutional rights than it is to examine the cultural sickness giving birth to unspeakable acts of evil. It's far less comfortable to ask why despair and isolation and violent hatred is so prevalent in America.
These are great points that are always ignored by Democrats because they are laser focused on the gun. It's the gun, it's the gun, it's the gun that's the problem. Last time I checked, a gun needs an operator. It needs a person to shoot it. It's an inanimate object. There are millions of gun owners across this country who do not go out and commit violent acts against innocent people. So to focus solely on the weapon and not the person using it is just lazy policy and shows that Democrats don't actually want to get to the core of the issue to find out why these things are happening. They just want to pass laws removing guns from everybody's hands.